This is where I oftentimes tell youth basketball coaches, if you're watching a game on TV, which would be essentially major college and pro in this country, don't watch what those guys are doing. All those games are televised, of course. And one of the bizarre things that's happened in the coaching of higher level basketball the last 30 years in this country since I played in the pros is so many of those coaches now stand up and they bark and they yell and they call instructions out, and you can see them. And the cameras are focusing on them. And the focus is oftentimes, look at that guy coach. Look at that woman coach. They're into the game. They're coaching every possession. Now, for whatever reason at their level, okay, I'll give them their due. And believe me, I think a lot of them overcoach too. But getting past that, if you're a youth basketball coach and you want to coach like those people you see on TV, you are costing yourself in a way that you probably don't even know. Because here is my rule of thumb. Basketball coaches who stand while coaching the game probably say 5 to 10 times stuff more to the kids than if they were sitting on the bench. It's a natural outgrowth of standing. One of the things you get when you're standing, of course, rather than sitting, is you get to see the game better. Especially if you were 6 feet, 6'3", or 6'7" like me. And a lot of these kids are pretty small. Now when you start seeing things that you otherwise might not have seen sitting on the bench or sitting on the chair at the side of the game, is you see all the mistakes that the kids are making better than you did when you're on the bench. All right, we'll give you that due. Something else you see is what the kids on the floor don't see. And this is a real challenge because you see Johnny open in the corner and Billy has the ball. But Billy is surrounded by 2 or 3 kids waving their arms who are his size. Hey, you're 6'3" coach. I can see Johnny in the coach. Billy, Johnny's open. Well, Billy is having enough trouble controlling the ball with the 3 or 4 kids around him, and Johnny may indeed be waving his arms to his teammate. Hey, I'm open. But Billy can't see. I know a coach. He has a great line. He was a longtime football coach. And what he used to do, when he would coach a style in football where the quarterback would make laterals and handoff, sort of that wishbone style, is the way he always talked to his quarterbacks. Rather than punish them or rather than criticize them for not seeing one of the options, he would ask the kid, what did you see? What did you see? Before anything, what did you see? Because the coach saw something, obviously the kid didn't. But he wanted to know what the kid saw. Then he could make his corrections based on what the kid saw. And I oftentimes tell basketball coach, if you're interested in helping these kids learn and get better, ask them what they saw. And you may not like the answers because it isn't what you saw. Well, the reason you saw it is you stood up and you saw the whole panorama of 10 kids on the floor, and you could see options that they never would. Second thing as I'm leading into this discussion, that child with the ball, there are 9 other players on the floor. And in the next half a second, those 9 other players will be somewhere else. Do you truly think a 12-year-old kid, a 10-year-old kid, a 14-year-old kid with the ball, maybe one of your better players, your ball handler, your point guard, can really see all the potential things that are happening? Some do it better than others. Believe me, high school, college, professional kids, and they're all kids to me now, they may not see all the possibilities, and they have the benefit of film and film study and looking at the options, which most middle schools and elementary schools would not, of course, for good reason. But ask yourself a question, coach. Even if you do this in practice and you point it out to the kids, that kid's going to be open right there at that time, and hope it. They get into the game. The adrenaline's running. They're playing in front of mom and dad and uncle and aunt, and things are going around, and hey, it's a game. They get excited. They forget things.